Today I'm going to be doing a roundup of all the news that I need to catch up on, so let's go over everything that has happened together. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you like my videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. And if you haven't heard, I'm trying to raise money for Ukraine for Project Hope. You can donate at bit.ly/Let's Help Ukraine. It's all about getting money for people who have had to flee the country. They need a place to stay. They need food. They need help right now. So if you can donate, go on over to bit.ly/Let's Help Ukraine, and you can find out more about the charity. All right, let's get into the story. So starting with this story where Michael Pachter basically said the PlayStation is doomed. And here's Matt Piscatella's reaction to it. If other analysts says PlayStation is not doomed, can we call it a wash and move on? And Jeff Grubb's Game Mess basically had Michael Pachter on, a well-known analyst, and he said PlayStation is doomed. And Matt Piscatella, another analyst, said PlayStation is not doomed. And over here on PlayStation Lifestyle, they react to it. Analyst who's almost always wrong predicts PlayStation's doom in 10 years. Video game industry's resident doom and gloom predictor, Michael Pachter, has weighed in on the evergreen PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X debate, arguing that PlayStation as we know it will cease to exist within the next 10 years. And the actual quote from the podcast was, "I think PlayStation is doomed, and I think they're going to cease to exist as we know them in about 10 years. They can't compete. They have no chance of competing. They're not a couple of years behind. It's an insurmountable lead." Now, listening to this excerpt from the show, Michael Pachter was talking about what seemed to be PlayStation in terms of services. Now we have heard the rumors about Spartacus and some other things that PlayStation has in the works, but none of that has come to fruition yet. Now, however, I've actually largely disagreed with what Michael Pachter says here and in the past. I don't think PlayStation is doomed. They just purchased Bungie. They have 10 games similar to Destiny that they're hoping to create. Destiny is going to continue, and Destiny is a hugely successful game. The idea that they're doomed just seems very far-fetched to me. I think they're going to do just fine. And then, obviously, a lot of PlayStation fans were upset about this, so PlayStation Lifestyle and people on Twitter pointed out the webbish analyst, who's no stranger to being wrong, made his remarks in an Xbox fan podcast and claimed that Sony simply can't keep up with the competition because it's too far behind. In response to those who pointed out Sony's overwhelming lead in terms of sales, Pachter tweeted that it took Sony 40 years to discontinue Betamax and accept that it lost the war to VHS, implying that PlayStation's already losing and it'll be a while before Sony realizes it. Yikes. So what Michael Pachter often does is he talks about, he makes a lot of predictions, right? And he has been very, very wrong in the past, and that was pointed out in this instance. And here's actually the section I was looking for. In 2017, Pachter predicted that console gaming will cease to exist by 2020. And ahead of PlayStation 5's launch, he seemed convinced that the console would cost around $800. He also thinks Nintendo isn't that smart and should drop the increasingly popular hybrid Switch in favor of the Switch Lite. Suffice to say that PlayStation probably has another 20 years if Pachter assumes 10. So the point is that Pachter has been way off the mark, but is there any merit to what he says in the show recently? Well, let's go back to that 2017 remark. Console gaming has definitely shifted. There's still console gaming, obviously, but the Switch is a portable. The Xbox Series X and S, there's multiple SKUs, and there's also cloud gaming very quickly developing already in 2022. I believe it. Did it start around 2020? That sounds about right. So cloud gaming has started to take hold, and the industry has started to shift. So maybe I can give him that one. He was just straight up wrong about the pricing of any console. No, nothing was $800. And Nintendo obviously didn't drop the Switch Lite, and they've gone on to be hugely successful with hardware. I believe that's called straw manning when you do that. But anyway, they're trying to diminish the impact of this statement from Michael Pachter. And honestly, it's fair because Pachter has been wrong in a lot of instances. I don't think that PlayStation is going anywhere. I don't think Sony is going anywhere. I don't think they're doomed. It's just such. I'm very surprised to hear him be so negative about the situation. I don't want Sony to go anywhere, actually. Most of the criticisms I have about Sony, I want to be very clear about this. It's corporate policy. Their developers are phenomenal. A lot of their games are phenomenal. They have a lot of great exclusives, and they've told a lot of great stories. I don't like that the games cost $70. That's just how I feel about the situation. We've made enough videos about that. And I don't like that they charge a $10 upgrade fee for their games. If you're going to make them 70, just make them 70, right? I think it's a little silly to have that charge, but that's the solution that they've come up with. And I feel like I've talked about it to death, so I don't want to bring it up anymore. But are they doomed? That's the question. I emphatically do not think Sony is doomed. I do think that the market is going to shift, going back to his earlier point about 2020. I think we're going to shift more and more into the cloud. And I think Sony's going to get on board with that. We talk about the Microsoft Azure servers, which Sony actually uses, and I assume Microsoft is also using for their content to stream to the cloud. And I have to imagine that that will continue into the future. There is no reason anybody needs to be doomed or go away, right? So that was the biggest story of the week, but there were a few others that I did want to talk about. And obviously Matt Piscatella, another analyst who breaks down numbers for us pretty regularly here on the channel, he also disagrees with Michael Pachter. So I'm in the PlayStation is going to be fine camp, and so are they. But let's go over some of the smaller stories. So I've been begging Xbox to give us some dates on games, on anything. And check this out. On March 2nd, I had missed this, but Shredder's got its release date of March 17th, literally 15 days. I have never heard of a game announcing their release date that close to launch. I am very happy to hear it, though. Like, I actually think Shredder's looks like a pretty cool game. It's a snowboarding game. It looks sort of simulator-esque and fun, right? It's probably not a game you're going to play for 300 hours unless you get super hooked on snowboarding games, but it looks like a cool game, so I am into it. But it got a release date. That is the point that I was trying to make. Separately, we are also getting an event where we are going to continue looking at some of these smaller games. We have the It at Xbox Showcase that is on March 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They're going to look at There Is No Light, Tunic, and Trek to Yomi. And they say, ID at Xbox and Twitch Gaming will be coming together once again to showcase updates and new announcements of amazing games coming to Xbox from independent developers. Catch the show on Wednesday, March 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be featuring updates, new trailers, and gameplay from Finji and Whitehorn, as well as the first game from I Am 8-Bit's brand new publishing label. In addition to all of this, fans will also get a chance to see the latest and hear from teams working on Shredder's, Roblox, and some new games that you need to tune in to see. So glad to hear that we are going to hear more about the games that are coming out. And I believe there was a game like Lost Eidolons or something like that I was really into like a year ago that I don't think has come out yet. Was it Lost Eidolons? I don't remember. It was like a medieval type game, and the storytelling looked pretty good. What else do we have here? Another one from PlayStation Lifestyle, believe it or not, but Microsoft edges past Sony to become Metacritic's top publisher of 2021. Well, that's kind of a surprise there. In a first, Microsoft has edged past Sony Interactive Entertainment to claim the crown for Metacritic's best video game publisher of 2021, comparing PS5 to Xbox games in the calendar year. Microsoft averaged 87.4% across 10 scored products, whereas Sony averaged 81.3% across 11 scored products. And then they talked about the games that were released. 3 of the Microsoft published titles average above 90, Forza Horizon 5, Psychonauts 2, and Microsoft's Flight Simulator. Halo Infinite also settled for 87. Sony's lineup was led by Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, and Death Stranding Director's Cut. So 2 of those were re-releases. I played a ton of Death Stranding Director's Cut. I need to get back, and I have so many games to play, you guys. I got to get to Ghost of Tsushima. I got to finish Last of Us 2. I need to play Horizon Forbidden West. I've just been obsessed with Destiny for the last few days. And also, there's this great article about One Tricks this one trick destroys belly fat overnight. Wow, that's very cool stuff. But that's good stuff. Congrats Xbox, I guess. Congrats Xbox and Sony for having a great 2021. Thus far in 2022, Sony is leading the way with game releases. But like I said, I have like a million games to play anyway. Xbox, by the way, has another update that we should discuss. There is going to be some performance updates. The notable one for me, was there's a performance fit indicator. There's a new performance fit indicator to check and see if a game will run on your PC before installing. And then I have some earnings stuff up here. And what else? Guardians of the Galaxy came to Game Pass. So Kentucky Route Zero, Guardians of the Galaxy, Young, I actually can't read what that says, and Lawn Mowing Simulator. I think it's Young Souls. The big news was about Guardians of the Galaxy. If you have not played that yet, definitely go check it out. A lot of people really, really enjoyed it over the last few weeks. And I suppose I don't know if I want to. I'll just bring it up. So Sony did also pull their sales as I predicted from Russia. They said Sony Active Entertainment joins the global community in calling for peace in Ukraine. We have suspended all software and hardware shipments, the launch of Gran Turismo 7, and operations of the PlayStation Store in Russia to support humanitarian aid. Sony Group Corporation announced a US $2 million donation to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and the international NGO Save the Children support the victims of this tragedy. And I believe so a lot of people were also bringing up the allegations that have been sent to court, where Sony had asked the court to dismiss a lawsuit alleging widespread sexism at PlayStation. So that was a story that I feel like it's a little, I need to dedicate some time to it and actually read about what's going on there. But those were the last two things from Sony. I didn't mean to end on that. I just kind of got there, and I felt if I'm going to mention them pulling out of Russia, I should probably mention that other story. And also Nintendo pulled out of Russia also. I think that's everything that I had to sort of catch up on. And then I'm probably going to do my Sunday video about the earnings. I haven't really had a chance to look at the numbers, so I can like do my crazy tinfoil hat bad math video about it, but I will soon. Anyway, if you like my videos, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my videos go live. If you like them, thank you so much for watching. If you want to help Ukraine, like a lot of people are trying to right now, you can do so at bit.ly/let's help Ukraine, raising money for Project Hope. I have a goal of $1,000. We're already at $210, everybody. So thank you so much for helping. Now, again, Project Hope is working to get people food, get people shelter. And if you've seen the news lately, things are not great over there right now. So hopefully we can raise a little bit of money on the channel for this cause, Project Hope. It's a good cause, and it's going to help some people who really need it right now. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. A big shout out to the members that support this channel. Thank you so much. My schedule has been nuts lately, so the members are always there. They give me a break. They give me great comments, great interactions, and I really appreciate all of you for supporting me in this crazy endeavor. You can click that join button if you want to become a member and support the channel also. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.